Welcome to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. Tonight from Montgomery County, a matchup of the Miami Valley League as the Stebbins Indians host the Tippecanoe Red Devils. Good evening. Thank you for making us a part of your Thursday. Matt Digby alongside Keith Byers. We'll also hear shortly from Tej Joshi. Both teams enter tonight with many incentives to play for. Playoff seedings, division titles. It's always that interesting time of the year where you want to have those factors in play in week 9 of the season. That's exactly what Tippecanoe and Stebbins are both facing tonight.
Absolutely. You know, also you want to be able to control your own destiny. So both teams control their own destiny. One team's 4-4, other one's 6-2, but they know the path to the playoffs is right in front of them. All you have to just go out there and win. And here it is, Thursday Night Lights. You got to be fired to play on Thursday Night Lights. I'm excited to be here. You're excited to be here. It's senior night for the Stebbins people, and I know they're fired up, so we're going to have a fantastic night. So sit back and relax and cheer on this team's your favorite team to win tonight.
Like you mentioned, it is senior night for Stebbins. If this is the final home game of the season for the Indians, they certainly want to end it with a W. Time now to introduce the third member of our team, Tej Joshi. Good evening, Tej.
Good evening, guys. Certainly a beautiful night for football. It was cold this morning, but right now it is perfect. The sun is shining, and both teams are pumped. Now, I was chatting with some of the guys over on Stebbins this morning, and they are ready to have a physical matchup tonight. They are ready to run the ball. That's what they told me is their bread and butter they're hoping to bring tonight. And as both Matt and Keith mentioned, tonight certainly is senior night at Stebbins. It's adding to the atmosphere. The fans are all in a blackout in the student section, and I just want to make sure we get this covered. It's not just senior night for the football team. All the seniors across the fall sports are being honored. So that's some of that festivities happening behind me right now. But for a full check on our game day forecast, here is meteorologist Tim Boyd.
All right, it's time for your Thursday Night Lights forecast for the Stebbins area. Tippecanoe at Stebbins tonight, 6 p.m. We're looking at plenty of sunshine across the area. Temperatures well above average. They should be topping out in the upper 70s. They'll start coming down. Now, around 8 p.m., you're looking at temperatures in the mid-60s, but we don't really fall off much. It's going to stay mild in the overnight hours with temperatures in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees.
Thank you, Tim. Coming up after the break, the coin toss and the opening kickoff as Stebbins hosts Tippecanoe on week 9 of Thursday Night Lights.
All right, Caden Stebbins, you're my home team. I'm going to show you my coin here. That's a tails. That's a heads. Kale and our visitors here from Tip get the call. That's tails. That's heads. Kale, nice and loud for me.
Tails, sir.
What'd you hear?
Tails.
I heard tails. If I drop it, we'll do it again. What was that call?
Tails.
It was tails. That is a tails.
Yes, sir.
Tips won the toss. You want the football? You want to defer to the second half?
Defer.
Tips won the toss. We'll defer. Caden, you want the football, correct? Which end do you want to defend, Kale?
You want to kick that way, sir.
You want to kick towards the clock. Swing your back around this way. Caden, give me your back around this way. Stebbins will receive. Hey, guys, one more time if you want to. Appreciate you. Good luck tonight.
And that was the Toyota coin toss conducted by referee Sean Bauman. Tonight's crew, Sean Bauman and the referee, linesman Craig Klepak, line judge Chris Coomer, umpire Brandon Jewell, and back judge Joe Wisenan. So Stebbins will get the ball first. They will be going right to left across your screen. They will be going at a northwest angle, not completely north and south the end zones, a little bit of an angle, but still a beautiful night for football, Keith.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just sitting here. I've been retired for how many years now? When was that I scored a football touchdown in high school football? Like 41 years ago, but I'm fired up.
Yeah.
I can feel the juices flowing. I mean, the electricity in the stands, here in the press box, and, when you're down on the field, those you can just see it in the guys' eyes. They're ready to play. So let's get ready for a great game tonight between Stebbins and Tippecanoe.
Both teams tied for the lead in their respective divisions. A chance to get one step closer to a division title. This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So Stebbins will open at their 20-yard line. And
the kicker was fired up.
Devin Holman sent it deep.
He got all that ball.
Time now for a look at Keith's keys to the game and what should each team be focusing on tonight, presented by Jeff Spadotto.
Well, if you're Tippecanoe, you want to control the trenches. When you're controlling the trenches, you also can run the football, you can throw the football, and you control the line of scrimmage. But Stebbins, they got to create turnovers. Get off to a fast start. You're at home. Create turnovers, for your defense and give your offense short fields to work with.
Talking with the Stebbins players last night, they mentioned how the game started played a big role in how the game ultimately finished, as the first play from scrimmage is a run up the middle that is on the part of Andre McConnell. He gets a gain of about 2. That's going to bring up second and fairly long. There is a look at freshman quarterback Devin McCormick, a young freshman quarterback starting for the Indians, but he has a lot of experience in the skill positions. And number 59, Jake Wheelock, the leader of the offensive line, the future University of Cincinnati Bearcat. He verbaled to the Bearcats over the summer. And a bobbled snap controlled, and the pass complete to Deshaun Cunningham. He waited for an opening, and he's able to prevent a major loss, but it's still going to bring up third and long.
Well, you mentioned, the freshman quarterback. He gets a bad snap, but so I think he's reacted pretty good for that bobble, so early in the game.
Take a look at the starting defensive players for Tippecanoe. Keep an eye on the Liette brothers. Cale, you see, starting in the inside linebacker position. Evan will also see significant playing time, especially on offense. And both teams fired up as we get ready for 3rd down and 9 upcoming.
I mean, I said, control his trenches. If you're Tippecanoe and, they seem to be doing that, you get them a team in, 39 in opening series, you like your chances of your defense getting off the field.
Already play clock quickly going under 5. They're going to want to get the snap off. They do just in time. And looking for Rayvon Harris-Bell. It's complete. He may be a yard or 2 short of the 1st down.
Depends on where they mark it. That was an excellent route, but I think he just lost awareness of how exactly where the chains were. Chains are on the visitor sideline. So I think they'd been on the home side, he would have, picked up the chains and saw exactly where it was. So he just come up just a little bit short. I mean, excellent route, good throw, good protection. Just lost your awareness of where the 1st down marker was.
And he was also under pressure from Cale Healy. He was able to keep an eye on where the line to gain was and force Harris-Bell to step out of play a little earlier than he intended to. This snap, the punt is off. Lucas Berry's going to let it take a couple of bounces, and it will settle around the Tippecanoe 41-yard line. So the Red Devil defense forces a 3 and out, and now their offense will go to work.
They'll try to keep out on that special teams. The next time, if there is a next time the Stebbins has to punt, they have got to protect the punter a little better than that.
Starting lineup for the Tippecanoe offense, a first-year starting quarterback in Peyton Schultz. He mentioned the lessons he learned from Liam Peronsky, the senior from last year's team that made it all the way to the Division III state semifinals, and all the lessons he's learned from that. And he has the 2 Liettes, Cale and Evan, to provide help among the skill positions. So first play from scrimmage for the Red Devils after they forced a 3 and out on Stebbins' part. And this is Cale Liette quickly up the middle. Quickly past the 45. Going to be a gain of about 6 and bring up 2nd and short.
I mean, I tell you, that offensive line that Tippecanoe got off to I know it's only one play, but when I say control the line of scrimmage, a 7-yard run, that's an excellent start.
There's a look at the Stebbins defense. We talked with Greg Bonifay. He said they were going to be transitioning between a 4-3 and a 3-4 front as that run bet for very little gain, if any. You see Jake Wheelock, again, the University of Cincinnati verbal commitment. He's playing both ways. Deshaun Cunningham, Rayvon Harris-Bell. They'll get a lot of playing time tonight. So will Lavelle Wiles. 3rd down and 5 now. Line to gain is the Stebbins 49-yard line as Schultz is the lone man in the backfield. He's going to try run it himself. Broken tackle, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down. He sent everybody to his right, and that ploy worked perfectly for Peyton Schultz, and that is a Tippecanoe 1st down presented by Arby's.
You spread the defense out. You had quads over here on the right and one receiver on the left. You had to, overload your defense to the defensive left, and he just ran to the right.
Another handoff to Cale Liette, 1 broken tackle. He's good for a gain of about 3, put him just about the Stebbins 45-yard line.
I love running backs that fall forward. And Cale Liette did that. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage, but he spun out of it and just, stretched his body out and had a good 3-yard carry.
Evan Liette is in motion, but it's Cale with the carry again. Quickly, 1 broken tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be marked short, but again, another positive game for the Red Devils. Is going to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, just show me. He said he got his body at forward lean and just get every inch of your body into it. Instead of that being, 3rd and 3, it's 3rd and a long 1. It's falling forward. Breaking tackles. I love it.
All runs so far for Tippecanoe. No passes yet. On 3rd down and 1, another handoff to Liette. And
that's a stance.
They will mark him short. No gain on the play, so Stebbins Indians able to hold and prevent the forward progress. Now decision time this early in the game at the 8:30 mark.
No hesitation. They act like it was just 3rd down. They was already pre-planned to go for it on 4th down. They didn't get it on 3rd.
And Jake Wheelock made a motion to enter the game, then quickly ran back to the sideline. So Stebbins without one of their key linemen for this play. But on fourth down, it's Liette quickly up the middle. He should have enough for a first down, and he will out to the 38.
You know, that was a battle of wills. You know, I mean, they met at the line of scrimmage, and who was going to impose who, Will on the other, and Liette, imposed his will and went and got the first down. Nothing coming about that at all. Look at him. Crumble right up through the hole, gets met at the hole, and just falls forward and gets the first down.
The first down pickup presented by Arby's as Schultz's first pass of the night completes. Did he get a foot down? Yes.
He got a knee down. A knee equals 2 feet. He was able to get his knee in. Excellent catch. But coverage was pretty good also. Threw it out to the outside to the sideline on it. He can get it. And look at that, knee down. That's good.
And Kale Liette quickly up the middle. There is a flag on the play, but Liette in for the opening touchdown, flag pending, as back-to-back plays resulting in a first down. Also,
strong possibilities coming back.
The Donato's delivery zone, but we'll check the flag from referee Sean Bauman. Again, the original placement of the ball, Tippecanoe did enter the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery. Every piece is important, and it looks like a flag on Stebbins.
Face mask. They're going to decline that. They want the points on the board. Where the flag came from, it makes you think, holding, but that wasn't the case. Liette broke a tackle. Then they got a piece of his face mask, but that didn't slow him down.
Defense number 57. That penalty being forced on the kickoff. Result of the play is a touchdown.
So it is a 13-yard run from the senior Kale Liette to open the scoring. Tippecanoe very efficiently going down the field. They only used one pass play on that drive. The rest were runs, mostly up the middle, and most of them resulted for positive
one
gains.
Successful pass play that set him up.
Extra point attempted by C.J. Bailey is up and no good. So we've had extra points affect outcomes in previous weeks of Thursday Night Lights. We'll see how this comes back to play out. But a very efficient opening drive for the Red Devils. 6-0. Stebbins will get the ball when we come back on Thursday Night Lights. $7:58 to go in the first quarter of this Week 9 Thursday Night Lights contest. Tippecanoe on the board first on a 13-yard run from Kale Liette, and that is, you're seeing now the view of Tippecanoe head coach Matt Bergbacher. Very pleased with how that drive went, and especially for the Red Devil defense, Keith Byers, they were able to force a 3-and-out to start their drive and give themselves good field position.
I mean, if you're an offense coordinator, defense coordinator, you got exactly what you want if you're Tippecanoe. Come and get a 3-and-out and a punt, and your offense coordinator, every play he called was successful. Every play was not going to score a touchdown, but you have positive plays. So Stebbins has got to answer that one immediately.
This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte goes into the end zone, so another touchback. So Stebbins' first drive, they had a positive gain on third down. The only problem was they needed 9 and they only got 7 for it. So that's going to be a talking point the last few minutes for the Stebbins offense. Make sure you know where the line to gain is. Well, a touchback, you start at the 20. Very clearly, you need to get to the 30.
Absolutely. And just continue. It's only 3 plays, but I will come back to that pass play a lot sooner than waiting to third and long.
Scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. 9 plays, 59 yards, and a quick pass here on first down to Sean Cunningham. Quickly out to the 30. Could be close to another first down pickup. And, in fact, the FAR judges signaling yes, that it is a 10-yard gain.
I tell you, I love receivers to get it to Sean Cunningham. As soon as he caught that pass, he put his foot in the ground and got north-south. Went up the field right away. Wasn't a lot of dancing. Get up the field and get what you can get.
Confirmation that it is a first down presented by Arby's. So Stebbins, after going 3-and-out on their first drive, they are quickly able to move the ball downfield on their first play from scrimmage of their second drive. Here's a handoff up the middle, and it's going to be very little, if any, gain. That was on the part of Andre McConnell, who had the carry.
Well, that's what, they cannot, I said Tippecanoe has got to control the line of scrimmage, control the trenches. And they're doing that. They're taking a run away from Stebbins. But Stebbins, if they want to win this game tonight, they have got to have some yards rushing. They can't rely solely, on the arm, of a freshman quarterback. You don't want to put a freshman in that situation. Here on Thursday Night Lights, the country's watching you play. Don't put all that pressure on a freshman quarterback.
Definitely some early movement and going to be met for a slight loss on the play. That's Tippecanoe again, going to be a 3rd down and 11 upcoming for Stebbins.
Well, there's no flag on the play.
I'm very surprised. There was definitely early movement from both offensive and defensive players.
Yeah, I think the Stebbins coach is like threw his arms like, are you kidding me? Something's wrong. And here we are, 3rd and long again. Last time it was 3rd and 9. This time it's 3rd and 10.
Here's another look at that play.
It was movement. I'm going to be nice to the referees in the black and white shirts.
On 3rd down and a little more than 10, McCormick looking complete, and that is good for a catch. But again, he's short. On the reception was Connor Weaver, number 13.
Here comes the punt team on the field.
So again, they needed 10. They do get more than 0, but not quite 10.
Yes, I mean, that's an excellent play to run, but probably not 3rd and 10. 1st and 2nd down, because they're playing a soft zone, so those areas are open on 1st and 2nd down. You just got to take advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Christian Watts will punt. Lucas Berry, the lone man, back deep for the Red Devils. He will let this one go, and it takes a vertical hop. It will stop at about the 42-yard line. So Tippecanoe will take over roughly where they started their first drive, and all they did that first drive was go downfield, resulting in a 13-yard touchdown run from Cale Liette. As senior night in Riverside, Ohio, we are just north of downtown Dayton. Glad you could join us on this Thursday night. We welcome those of you watching on MyTV Dayton, also on the Dayton 24/7 Now Facebook page, and on our website, Dayton247now.com. And we also greet those watching from around the country on Stadium. Glad you could tune in and see some Southwest Ohio high school football on this Thursday evening.
The heart of it all. Great football in this area for you guys around the country.
On 1st down for the Red Devils, it's Cale Liette quickly into the backfield, and one man to beat. And Liette will not be caught. One play, 52-yard touchdown, and that's 2nd of the night for Cale Liette. A touchdown presented by Donatos, and the Red Devils out to a 12-0 lead.
I mean, that blocking at the point of attack was spot on. I mean, Liette was able to just run downfield, trust it, just press the hole, and it just parted like the Red Sea. I mean, it just opened up a heck of a hole for him, and he took advantage of it, got to the 2nd level, and just showed you how fast he is, and turned on that next level speed.
And it's a mix of how the drives went. First drive for Tippecanoe, drawn out, 9 plays, 59 yards. This time it's just 1 play, as the extra point is just over the uprights. So a dream start for Tippecanoe on Week 9 of Thursday Night Lights, 13-0. Stebbins will get the ball back when we return. .537 to go in the opening quarter from Edmondson Stadium in Riverside, Ohio. The Tippecanoe Red Devils, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, both courtesy of Cale Liette. The latest scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. The first drive went 9 plays, 59 yards. This drive, just 1 play, 58 yards. Liette up the middle, basically able to outrun everyone into the end zone.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, control the trenches. I think Tippecanoe is doing exactly that. But I like what Stebbins, they've had some positive plays.
They have.
Not getting dominated. They've just been, having to deal with the long field. And here again, another kick that's going into the end zone. And so you can have to consistently, travel 75 and 80 yards to score touchdowns. It's going to be tough. And both Tippecanoe's offensive series have started in short fields overall.
That kickoff was presented by Wright and Schulte, as there is Devin McCormick back out for his 3rd series, the freshman quarterback. He is 2 for 2 passing, just hasn't been quite able to get enough yardage for first downs except for 1 play. I should say 3 for 3 actually on passing, because he does have a first down completion to Deshaun Cunningham.
Right. I mean, they have to do better on first down. 1st and 2nd down, to stay out of these 3rd and 10s and 3rd and 9s. Or 3rd and forever. You don't want those little. So let's see, if they can get off to a better start on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, McCormick looking to his right. That pass is intercepted by Cale Healy. Quickly reversing field and stopped just outside the red zone, but not how you wanted to start the drive for Stebbins. It's a turnover, 1st of the night, and Cale Healy comes up with the interception.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a pass that got away from him. He had a guy open. He just sailed on him. There's no weather. The ball just took off over the head of the receiver. Otherwise, he was open. And I think it's a good play. He had to come back to it. It's just a matter of execution. But Tippecanoe's going to take advantage of it. You know, defensive back was in the right place at the right time. And he gets a turnover chain now. His first turnover of the night.
Deshaun Cunningham was the intended receiver, and we mentioned beautiful weather tonight. Last week when we were at Greenon, weather certainly played an issue in the turnovers. You can't blame this turnover on the weather. It was just a miscommunication.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the quarterback was thinking the receiver was going to be deeper, you know, than he was. But they weren't on the same page.
So from the 22, Peyton Schultz with one man in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. This is going to be Logan Butera, who actually started the year at quarterback against Bellbrook. He's up the middle for a short gain.
But again, you know, Tippecanoe is starting in short field, this time in plus territory. You know, they're starting this drive at about the 22, 23-yard line.
Red Devils initially shifting quarterbacks at the beginning of the year as now Schultz in the pocket, throwing over the middle, has Evan Liette, who makes the catch for a Red Devil touchdown presented by Donato's. It's 19-0.
So if your name is Liette, you get to score a touchdown. Is that how this game is going to go?
Oh, so far.
The Liette family is very, very happy.
Kale has 2, and now Evan has 1.
How about that? Excellent throw, excellent catch, good route. Yeah, that's taking advantage of the short field.
So Tippecanoe out to a very hot start, just like they were last week against West Carrollton, as the extra point is good, and the Red Devils are now out to a 20-0 lead with roughly 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Another look at the play. See the time that Schultz has in the pocket to complete that throw.
Oh, yeah, it's just like he's in his backyard, you know, playing with his buddies. You know, you can't give him that much time. And he just, you know, dropped it right in his bear basket.
So Kale Liette with 2 touchdown runs, and Evan Liette, number 5, with a touchdown reception from Peyton Schultz, the first-year starting quarterback. They mentioned Tippecanoe when I spoke with them yesterday. They wanted to pick up where they left off from the Division III state semifinals. They had a tough loss to open 2023 at Bellbrook. Then they got back into winning ways, especially once MBL play began. Then the tough loss on the road at Butler. Vandalia Butler, one of the very pleasant surprises out of the MBL.
At this conference right now.
They've had a very strong season in their first year with head coach Zach Keith, but Tippecanoe able to put that loss behind them, and they are coming in with plenty of momentum as we get set for the upcoming kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte.
Let's see if we get a return yet. He's been putting his balls, you know, deep into the end zone.
Kay Teal sending it away. And this could be taken. Almost was taken. And that goes in for a touchback. So Stebbins.
Again, they're dealing with a long football field. They're going to get the ball at the 25, you know, I'm sorry, the 20-yard line. So they got to go 80 yards. You're a defense coordinator. You like putting the teams in, you know, that's where you want to start most of your drives.
So about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Stebbins will start at their 20. Each of their drives have started at the 20 because all of the kickoffs have been touchbacks. But 2 of their drives resulted in punts, and McCormick threw an interception on their most recent possession. This pass complete to the near sideline, Rayvon Harris-Bell, but it's going to be a small gain, if any. It will bring up 2nd and long.
Yeah, I mean, but I like with Devin McCormick. He is, you know, assertive in his passes, in his reads going through the possession.
Take a look
and he's getting rid of the ball. He's not hanging on to it.
Take a look at the scoring summary. 2 plays, 22 yards. It was the 20-yard pass from Schultz to Liette to make it a 20-0 ball game.
Here comes the blitz.
On 2nd and long, 1 broken tackle at the line of scrimmage, and this is going to bring up 3rd and medium on the positive run from Andre McConnell.
It's 3rd and manageable. You know, they haven't had very many of those tonight. But like I said, if Stebbins wants to win this game, I know it's down 20-0. It's only the first quarter. They have got to break off some runs. You just don't want to put it all on the shoulder, you know, of your quarterback in the passing game.
Well, we mentioned previous 3rd down plays. It was a positive gain for Stebbins, just not enough of a gain to move the chains for a first down.
No, quarterback keeper, he got it.
McCormick needs to get to the 30.
I don't know,
he may have just enough.
Just enough.
Yes. You've mentioned this on previous Thursday Night Lights editions. They don't take a lot of time for measurements.
They're real decisive. The referee explained it to me last week and said, especially most of these field turfs, 10 yards is 10 yards as opposed to grass, and somebody's coming out manually lining the field every week. So that they trust the yardages, the differences, on these field turfs, and that makes their decision making easier if they're going to go for it or not, or if they're going to bring the chains out or not.
That first down presented by Arby's, as I believe that's McCormick's first QB keeper of the night, but it is good for a 5-yard gain and keeps the drive alive for the Indians. This pass complete to Deshaun Cunningham, or actually it falls in and out of his hand, so it brings up 2nd and 10, but it also stops the clock, allows Stebbins a chance to reset.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was thrown a little bit behind him. It's thrown on time, just the position of it. But I know why he threw it, because he was trying to protect his receiver. So they have to get on the same, page right there. Cunningham has to slow himself down because, Devin was stopping him from running into a headache. He threw it to the outside shoulder.
Cunningham and Rayvon Harris-Bell, the experienced wide receivers, but they've been mostly kept in check so far in these opening minutes. Screen pass in and out of the hands of McConnell. So going to bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 30.
That was an excellent call, by the offensive coordinator. It was there.
Saying that's on him, too.
You lineman out front, and it was some yards to be had. I'm sure they'll probably come back to that play for the night. But again, here we are, 3rd down, and it's 3rd and long. It's 3rd and manageable. They was able to get it. Let's see if they pick up this 3rd and long situation.
See a lot of guys bunched up at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the blitz.
Tip.
Not going to let him hold on to the ball.
Pass complete to Cunningham, who almost collided with the official.
He's a part of the field. He was an extra defender for Tippecanoe that time, but those things happen.
You see, Cunningham had plenty of room, not only to make the catch, but also plenty of room to gain the first down. And it's just one of those, things happen.
It happens. That's this football. It's a rubber to green.
That's all that head coach Greg Bonifay will be able to tell his wide receiver.
It was the right call. I mean, he catches the ball, he's going to run for a first down easily.
So 4th down, Stebbins will
They're
punt.
coming after it.
And Tip's going to signal for a fair catch at the 48-yard line. So that's been the theme of the night so far. Tippecanoe short fields, and they've been able to capitalize on them. Right now they will start at their own 49.
They haven't had to drive 75, 80 yards for a touchdown. They have been in great catbird position because right now for this position of the ball's in the minus 49. 2 first downs, that's going to put you at the 39 going in. And now you get 2 first downs, 2 10-yard first downs. I'm not even talking about a long one. It was 2 first downs, you're in scoring position already going into the third drive of the series. So let's see if Stebbins can get off the field here. They haven't stopped him in 3 possessions.
Here's Schultz, who quickly finds a hole for a QB keeper. There is a flag on the play after the play.
Might be face mask. But defensive holding. No, make that offensive holding. I'm watching the referees.
That is the first foul on Tippecanoe, and that is really going to be the first negative play we've seen for the Tippecanoe offense.
Holding. Offense number 44. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So instead of a first down in positive territory, it's going to be 1st and 20 upcoming.
It was a late holding call, but it's downfield. You can probably see him. He's just picking it up right there. The receiver's outside, right in front of the referee. That's one of those ones you don't have to hold him. You got a positive play coming already. They say that's a spot foul. He didn't mean to say, from the previous line of scrimmage. So it's not going to hurt them that bad because it was a late, holding call like down the field.
Yeah, it was after.
So it's 10 yards from the spot, so which makes it instead of 2nd and 20, it's only or 1st and 20 is 1st and 11.
1st and 11 from the 49-yard line. Still, the first negative play we've seen for Tippecanoe's offense on what is now their 4th drive.
They're bringing pressure. They're bringing 6.
And Cale broke 1 tackle, does all he can just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that time Stebbins was ready for the senior running back, Cale Liette.
They're trying to close up some of those run lanes. By bringing more that they can block. You got 5 offensive linemen, and they brought 6.
Curtis Volk was first to make contact, and it was 81 Joe Feigl officially recording the tackle. So a gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 10 coming up. Schultz again with time. And that pass incomplete, intended for Evan Liette, who already has a touchdown reception, but on the coverage for Stebbins was Caden Keller, number 5.
He almost stepped in front of this one. He was thinking, if the ball's thrown inside, I think inside instead of outside, that may have been a pick 6. Because he had a good drive on the ball. Reading the quarterback's eyes.
So Stebbins' offense has faced 3rd and long multiple times this first quarter alone. Now their defense has the chance to force Tippecanoe into a 3rd and long themselves and a chance to get the ball back without giving up any more points. Schultz, low man in the shotgun, going deep downfield, has a man caught, and that's good for a Tippecanoe first down thanks to Jackson Davis. And that is a first down presented by Donato's.
They faked it, Kyle Liette looked like it was going to be a quick screen while they ran the receivers, thought they were blocking, but they were running deep routes. Both of them ran go routes, and it was like, choose one.
My correction on that, it is a first down presented by Arby's. As a run up the middle, it's Cale Liette. He's quickly inside the 10, going to be close to another first down. And the Red Devils, in addition to picking up the first down presented by Arby's, they've entered the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's a great call for after the game. Order online or for pickup at Donatos.com. On 2nd and short, they go quick tempo, but they're met for no gain. So it's going to bring up 3rd down for the Red Devils.
Yeah, I see. They're picking up the pace to try to. They don't want to see all that blitzing. Even though they've had success against it, that's why you go to tempo to make the defense, commit earlier to what they want to do. They won't be able to disguise as much. But here's 3rd down. They've been winning on 3rd down. I'm talking about Tippecanoe. Stebbins has got to win on this 3rd down. They have got to force a field goal or make them think about going for it on 4th down. You need penetration. Got penetration. Now.
And that was Joe Feigl again on the stop, and I'm not sure he was able to gain any on that play, Liette, instead of getting to the 9-yard line. That was the line to gain, so it's going to bring up 4th down for the Red Devils.
I don't think there's any hesitation. I think they already had one in the chamber, a 4th down play called. They would made their mind up. They were going to take 2 possessions. It would take 2 plays to get a first down. They were committed to it. So here it is, 4th and 3, and no hesitation by the coach. They already got the play dialed up, and it's now to signal it into the quarterback.
Under 70 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Tip on their 4th possession of the game, trying to stay perfect on drives resulting in touchdowns. And Davis stopped short at the 1-yard line, but it is good for a Tippecanoe first down presented by Arby's.
That was a really good play. They ran, cross action. You see Ohio State runs formations like that. They send them, the lineman blocking to the left and the receivers leaks out to the right.
The Red Devils
defense is off balance.
Again, wanting to go with a hurry-up formation, and Stebbins is actually going to call timeout with 55 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's another look at the 4th down conversion. Schultz rolling and complete to Jackson Davis. His first 2 receptions of the night. A long pass to move Tip into the red zone, and then this first down conversion.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that concept. You get the defense overly committed one way, and then they fake it that way and reverse it back the other way, and that was just a execution of a 4th down play.
So for those of you just joining us, Tippecanoe out to a red-hot start. They forced a 3-and-out on Stebbins' first 2 drives, and their first drives in turn, 2 runs from Cale Liette, one from 13 yards, one from 58 to open the scoring. And then on Tippecanoe's 3rd drive, after an interception, it was Peyton Schultz connecting with Evan Liette for a 20-yard pass and touchdown reception. Now Tippecanoe in position to extend their lead even further with just under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Stebbins has got to have something positive to happen, because this is Murphy's Law in reverse. It's Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and that's what's happened, for Stebbins in this first quarter.
On 1st and goal from the 1, Liette got by 1 man, but not by Jake Wheelock. First time we've been able to call the future UC Bearcats name involved in the stop on the play. Brings up 2nd down. Actually a loss on the play. Sets them back to the 3.
Yeah, they need. I'm sure if they went for it on 4th down, twice. This is 4 down territory right now. So yes. Stebbins have to have that mindset. We have got to stop them 4 times, not 3 times. So far, they stopped at 1, and they're going to have to stop them again.
We head up the middle again. Met not long after the line of scrimmage. That was Lavelle Lyles who was able to prevent Liette from getting into the end zone. They may give him a gain of 1, so we'll bring up third and goal.
Excellent tackle by Lyles. I mean, you got to stick your face in the fan right here. Here comes Liette running downhill. Boom. Good clean tackle, good hard run. And we're going to go to the end of the quarter. And they got 2 more times to stop him down here.
So Tippecanoe with a great first quarter. Stebbins trying to hold the Red Devils out of the end zone and get the ball back without falling behind even further. But a dream start for the Red Devils on week 9 of Thursday Night Lights. They lead Stebbins 20-0. We'll have the second quarter after the break. Welcome back to Lee's Thursday Night Lights. Second quarter just about to start. Tippecanoe with a 20-0 lead and looking to extend that lead. They have a third and goal from the 2-yard line. As this is a handoff up the middle to Cale Liette, and he reaches across the plane for his 3rd touchdown of the night. And it is a touchdown presented by Donatos. Cale Liette from 2 yards.
I mean, that was a nice hit at the point of attack, but I've been saying it since the first quarter. What I like about Cale Liette, he falls forward.
Yep.
And if he had every opportunity to fall backward or to the side, but he fell forward and extended the ball, over the plane, to get the touchdown. And positive things happen when you fall forward as a ball carrier.
You saw a shot of head coach Matt Bergbacher congratulating the offensive unit after their 4th successful drive. They've had 4 possessions, and they've all resulted in touchdowns.
And all Liettes.
Yep, all from Liettes. Cale has 3
family.
runs, and Evan has 1 touchdown reception. And 27-0 is the score, 5 seconds into the second quarter.
I mean, look at it. He's met at his point of attack, 1-on-1, but you got to gang tackle him. He needs help. I mean, that's a good wrap-up, of the defender, but you have to give just better offense on that play.
Take a look at the scoring summary presented by Rand Associates, and you've mentioned this before, Keith, short fields. Each of the Stebbins drives have started at their own 20 because of touchbacks, but the Red Devils in turn have gotten great starting field positions. I think their worst starting field position, their own 41. This drive going 10 plays, 51 yards.
I mean, that is all conducive to, positive, points on the scoreboard when you continue, to get short fields. And when you get a short field in football, it usually maybe happen 1 or 2 times. So you have to take advantage of it. It's happened 4 times.
It has.
A little over a quarter, for Tippecanoe. So, and they're cashing in on it. So Stebbins, they got to get back in the ball game. First of all, they need to drive and get points, whether it's 3 points or 7 points, whatever. You need something positive to happen. It's only, only 1 play into the second quarter. Plenty of time for Stebbins to get back in the game. No need to worry or panic. If they can score, 27 points in 16 minutes and 13 minutes, so can we. That's the mindset you have to have if you play for Stebbins.
This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It's bobbled, but eventually picked up. It's going to be a positive return out to the 39-yard line. That is Connor Weaver on the kickoff return, and by far that will be Stebbins' best field position where they start a drive. And because they had a chance to return the kickoff, it didn't go in the end zone for a touchback.
That didn't make it there. And now they have a short field, not a short field. This is shorter than they've been dealing with. Now they only have to go 61 yards, for a score. But you don't worry about the 61 yards. Just worry about the first 10. First downs turns into touchdowns.
They have gotten first downs on earlier drives as McCormick on the keeper, trying to get around one man and will actually lose about a half yard. Alex Weethy on the stop, number 22.
That's what Tippecanoe wants to do. They want to crash their defensive ends and put the quarterback in a bind and make him make those plays, especially, a young quarterback, first time ever playing on Thursday Night Lights. He's only a freshman. So to be out there as a freshman on the big stage, is an accomplishment, and he deserves to be there. I've seen him make some really good throws. But again, you don't want to continue to be in these second and longs. They need the first down they got, they had it in third and medium. So you don't have to get it all back here, but you want to get some kind of positivity out of this play.
On 2nd and 12, McCormick looking to throw again, looking for Rayvon Harris-Bell. That was nearly intercepted. Looked like Maddox Sivan was able to get himself into a position to make a play.
There's only a run to hit. From the left hash to the outside number, the far outside number, it's a long throw defense has plenty of time to react. You know, that's one of the good things that it wasn't a pick six if you're Stebbins. And you Tippecanoe, you know how close you came to one.
Yeah, Sivan was ready to go off to the races. There was Lucas Berry also in coverage, so had Harris Bell caught it for Stebbins, it would have limited the gain on the play. But 3rd down and 12 upcoming with 10:57.
You don't make a whole lot of these, but it can happen.
McCormick trying to buy time. He's going to take it off himself. He's going to get out to close to the 46-yard line. They'll mark him officially at the 47 maybe, but it's still going to be 4th down and about 3 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was nobody there. They played in soft zone. Everybody was in coverage. Oh, that was borderline late hit.
And on 4th down,
they're staying with it.
They officially mark it at the 4-yard line, or 45-yard line, so 4th and 4.
Now, Tippecanoe's had a lot of short fields. If they don't get a first down, Stebbins, you're going to give them another short field.
High risk, high reward play coming up.
You got to try to change the momentum. And they're playing soft zone. You got to find a gap in the zone.
McCormick's pass off the hands of Rayvon Harris Bell, and that is incomplete for an Indian turnover on down. And like you mentioned, Tippecanoe again starting on the plus side of the field.
Yeah, their drive start this game has been outstanding. Yeah, quarterback's got to get this ball down. He gets it down, he has a completion and a possible first down. It's easy for me to say from the standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm not in the pocket, have people rush at me.
So there's a look at the Stebbins bench.
All right, we're in pink. It is the month of October.
It is October for breast cancer awareness.
Right? Yes, I love it.
Now the attitude of the Indians, that's something Jake Wheelock mentioned yesterday when they get behind, right now 27-0. They need to stay
taking
positive.
A shot down the field.
And Schultz looking deep downfield, has 2 men, and it's in and out of the hands of a Stebbins defender.
They took the words out of my mouth right when I was just about to say what Stebbins needs right here is a turnover. They have got to get a turnover.
Hayden King was in prime position for the Indians' first turnover of the night. It would have been a much-needed turnover, but instead it's 2nd and 10. Evan Liette and Jackson Davis were the intended receivers, but neither really had a chance to make a play, certainly from where King's position was. Now we got to stop at the play.
They got it offsides on Stebbins. Jumped in that neutral zone.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense number 36. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's a good use of your cadence, the quarterback, to get him up to jump off sides. Peyton Schultz, they can kind of get in monotone, monotonous going on 1, on 1, on 2. So when you go on 2, the defense is off, catch him off guard more often than not.
On 2nd down, this a handoff to Logan Butera. He's going to have about 3 yards on the pickup, bring up 3rd and short as they're now inside the Indian 40-yard line. Tippecanoe is.
What Tipp's been going for it on 4th down, so if you're Stebbins, you got to adjust and figure, we got to stay out there for at least 2 plays. Unless it's, 4th and long. But they got to have a positive play right here. Make it move.
Schultz on the keeper, rolling to his right, and he'll have enough for a Red Devil first down presented by Bathmasters. That puts the chains just outside the 30-yard line, and a new set of downs for Tippecanoe.
I mean, Tippecanoe is playing with a lot of confidence. They trust in that offensive line. They run the counter tray, and Peyton Schultz is the kind of quarterback that has that awareness and leadership about him. He knows what his yardage markers are.
Another quick tempo handoff to Butera. That's good for a gain close to the 30-yard line. I think he may have snuffed past it to the 29, a gain of 3 on the play.
Stebbins has got to try to, get on this, control the trenches. I said that was my key for Tippecanoe, and they're doing it. They're imposing their will right now on Stebbins.
Jeremy Wallen receiving this pass, and he should have enough for a first down. Yes, they are moving the chains, and that also will move Tippecanoe again into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important. Again, Walland on the reception for a first down presented by Bathmasters. And Schultz Quickly looking to throw toward the end zone again, but running out of real estate, eventually forced out of bounds for a loss by the Stebbins defense.
They set the edge and wouldn't give Tippecanoe a chance to get around that edge. I mean, Peyton Schultz could never get his shoulders square to the line of the scrimmage to find an open receiver, and that's just excellent defense that time out of Stebbins.
Yeah, that's actually a loss of 6 on the play. They were at the 20, and now they're going to set up for 2nd and 16 from the 26 as Schultz was able to move among left and right from the sidelines, just not up and down.
Well, they're finally on 2nd and long.
Schultz back from his 35, looking deep toward the end zone, trying to thread the needle to Davis. It was a little bit short, and Hayden King was cleanly on the coverage for Stebbins. And that's now 3rd and 16. First time we've seen the Red Devils faced with a 3rd and extremely long.
Yeah, I think Peyton Schultz wants that one back. He threw that ball off his back foot. He didn't get a chance truly to step into it. You got to give defense credit for that. Put a little pressure on him.
Isaac Delaria, number 36, was giving the pressure from his linebacker spot. Right now, they're at the 26-yard line. If they were to try a field goal from here, if they don't get any closer, it'd be a 43-yard attempt. But on 3rd down, Schultz quickly looking at wheel route, caught by Butera. If he had kept his balance, he'd be in the end zone. As it is, it's good enough for a Red Devil first down presented by Bathmasters, and it's a 1st and goal at the 5.
Yeah, they brought pressure on that play, and the blitzer who was responsible for him was in an all-out blitzing. This is an excellent call. They called him in the blitz.
So a handoff to Logan Butera from the 5. He's going to lose a yard here. Brings up 2nd down as Stebbins able to regroup and get back, not be fooled by the quicker tempo.
Yeah, I mean, everything that they've been dialing up tonight has been positive if you're Tippecanoe. And I like what Stebbins' approach. They are mixing up their defenses, trying something, but right now they have no answers for it.
This is Butera up the middle. It's all he will do to prevent another loss on the play. But again, another 3rd and goal upcoming.
I think Stebbins have done a good job after adjustments against the run. They're forcing them to pass, but the only thing when they force them to pass, they've had success in that area too. But right now, the last 2 series, Stebbins' defense has stepped up. They've stepped up to slow down, their rushing game. But Tippecanoe is a very balanced offense. They can run it as well as throw it.
You see Joe Feigl involved in stopping of the last 2 plays, but you see he definitely is showing signs of fatigue. It takes a lot out of you, the quick tempo plays. On 3rd and goal, Schultz rolling to his left, buying some time to the back of the end zone, and wide open for the catch is Evan Liette. And that's the 2nd touchdown pass of the night from Schultz to Liette. It's a touchdown presented by Donatos, and it's 33-0.
Well, I mean, it's hard to throw that ball to your right-handed quarterback rolling to your left. You need a little more extra time, and so that's why they got him outside the pocket, got his shoulder square, and found open receiver.
So a drive that began with a short field because of a turnover on downs after Stebbins had opportunities. Just Tipp has been able to capitalize on their opportunities, and now they are 5 for 5 on drives resulting in touchdowns.
Yeah, not to mention they picked up a huge 3rd down.
They did. On
3rd and 16. And, they run the wheel route and find open receiver.
Now are they going for 2? A shovel pass up the middle, and it's going to be unsuccessful. It was a shovel pass to Jeremy Wallen, who got to about the 5. Or actually, I should say, no touchdown on the play. It was so we are hearing words now. We must have missed it. It was a 3rd down, and they tried a shovel pass. The touchdown never occurred. So now they're going to try a field goal with under 7.5 minutes to play. Kick is up from 24 yards, and it is good. So it is 30-0 on the field goal from Cade Teal. So 30-0. Still, Tippecanoe gets points on their 5th drive of the night, and the Red Devils offense continues. Stebbins ball after we return on Thursday Night Lights. 7:19 to go in the second quarter as Tippecanoe leads Stebbins 30-0. Want to confirm that have just been told there was a penalty on Tippecanoe as there's a look at the Red Devils defensive coordinator, Joel Derg. He is a former commentator for Thursday Night Lights a couple years ago before he got back into coaching.
Well, he used to sit in my seat, huh?
Yep.
Nice man. Nice man. We had a good conversation before the game tonight.
And this kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It's going to be returnable again from about the 11-yard line. This is Connor Weaver quickly out to the 25, and that is where Stebbins will begin a new drive. So to confirm what we originally thought was a touchdown pass from Peyton Schultz to Evan Liette, it was called back because of a penalty on Tippecanoe. It put them in 3rd and goal, and they tried the shovel pass, which ended up being not enough for the touchdown. Obviously, they've settled for a field goal, and Cade Teal connecting from 24 yards. That's why it is 30-0 now with 7:13 to go in the third quarter.
So that's 5 drives and 5 points on every drive?
Yep. But they did not get in the end zone. They were 4 for 4 on touchdowns on drives. Now Stebbins, they were able to hold Tippecanoe from getting a touchdown. Now can they get one of their own with 7:13 to go in the half?
Yeah, they just need to do better on 1st and 2nd down. Just keep out of these 3rd and forevers.
This is a quick low screen. It's caught by Braden Walters, quickly trying to get to the sideline, and he'll get a positive gain of about 2, but stay in bounds. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 27.
Dude, you got to get north-south on that. You got a lot of yards running, but there was east and west. You got to go north-south. You know, nice concept. Get it to him quick, but get up the field. Plant your foot and get up the field. Sure, that's something they'll talk about in the film.
Stebbins entering this game 4-4 on the season. They were tied with Sydney for first place in the MVL Valley Division. Sydney does have the tiebreaker because of a head-to-head win. As McCormick going downfield and
almost
a little bit behind Braden Walters, who was covered cleanly by number 42 Riley Nichols.
Yeah, Braden was looking for the ball over his, I think it was his right shoulder, and the ball was over his left. So he had to turn back and find the football.
Brings up 3rd and long, and this has been a situation where more often than not, they've gotten positive plays, just not enough to move the chains for a first down.
Yes,
That's
and it's
been the
been
key.
3rd and 10, they've gotten 9, and 3rd and 8, they've gotten 7.
McCormick, this time throwing over the middle, intended for Cunningham, but Cale Liette among the defenders on coverage. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and Stebbins will have to punt after a 3-and-out. And see McCormick a little overexcited on that play.
Yeah, a little bit more loft on that football, and then Cunningham could have run up under it.
So that brings Christian Watts back onto the field to punt. Lucas Berry, the lone back deep for Tippecanoe. Red Devils entering tonight 6-2. They were tied for first place in the Miami division, tied with Troy and Butler. All 3 of those teams 6-1 in conference play. And Tippecanoe will have another short field when they get the ball back. You're watching Lee's Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. A look at the cheerleaders from Tippecanoe High School, and they have had plenty to cheer about this first quarter and a half as the Red Devils lead Stebbins 30-0 on Week 9 of Thursday Night Lights. Matt Digby, Keith Byers, Tage Joshi, and our crew greeting you from Riverside, Ohio, as the Red Devils look to continue the momentum that has really been the operating point from the word
There's
go.
Cale Liette again.
Liette quickly inside the 30. He's going to be met from behind and pushed forward a bit. Deshaun Cunningham prevents the touchdown, but not the first down pickup presented by Bathmasters. And it also moves the Red Devils just out, or it does move them into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important. A screen pass now to Evan Liette, who is quickly met at the line of scrimmage, and good tackle by Rayvon Harris Bell to bring up 2nd and long.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a real good open field tackle.
We're now under 6 minutes to go until halftime.
I'll tell you what, the unsung hero is this offensive line of Tippecanoe over here. That's a great tackle by Stebbins defender, Rayvon Harris.
Loss of 3 on the play actually takes them back outside the red zone for the time being. So 2nd and 13 from the 22.
We haven't seen very many negative plays out of Tippecanoe tonight.
Schultz, quick give to Cale Liette. One broken tackle, back to the 15-yard line, so a gain of about 7. Going to bring up 3rd and medium instead of 3rd and long.
Well, Cale Liette looks a little bit out of wind. He's only had, 3 touchdowns tonight?
Yep, 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, and we're only in the first half.
And Stebbins has done a good job forcing Tippecanoe as the game has gone on into 3rd down and 4th down situations, but Tippecanoe has risen to the challenge so far in each of them. Schultz, this pass complete to an open Evan Liette, and he's inside the 10 and going to have enough for a Tippecanoe first down, and we're going to have a flag for a late hit.
Yeah, you got to pull off on those hits. He's already, under control. The whistle's about to blow. Granted, he's still in bounds. I believe he was in bounds when he got hit. But you have to read the room and know that was unnecessary roughness. He was stopped. His forward momentum wasn't going anymore. You got to lay off of those kind of hits.
Dead ball.
Give him an automatic first
Personal
down.
foul. Defense number 5. Penalties half the distance to the goal. Result of the play, first down.
So because of the spot placement, that will move the Red Devils inside the 5-yard line. It was already a 1st and goal where it was.
Yeah, no, he's out of bounds clearly. You can't go take that hit.
So from the 3-yard line, Cale Liette to the right side, quickly met at the line of scrimmage. Multiple players involved in that stop, including Deshaun Cunningham and number 26, Curtis Volk.
Yeah, Deshaun Cunningham's a football player. Plays on both sides of the ball.
We've seen multiple players on both teams play both ways.
Yeah, Liette plays both sides. I love two-way players. In high school, I did it. Yeah, it's high school football. You don't want to come off the field.
Exactly.
If any of you guys are wondering, I played linebacker. A lot of schools are recruiting me for linebacker rover after my junior year in high school, believe it or not.
On 2nd and goal, Schultz rolling to his left. Firing to the end zone. Did he get both feet down? Yes, he did. Jackson Davis.
Good throw. Good catch.
A 5-yard touchdown. And that's a touchdown presented by Donatos. And the Red Devils increase their lead to 36-0.
Well, I mean, good roll, good short roll to the left, and just wait for your receiver, to come open, which he did. And, hey, that was just a good throw. That's a throw you see on Saturdays and Sundays. Excellent job by Jackson Davis getting his feet down.
Second touchdown pass of the night for Peyton Schultz, the first-year starter quarterback, as the PAT is up and good. And it is 37-0. We've played 20 minutes of football here in Riverside. That has been all Tippecanoe so far.
A short play action pass. He looks like a third baseman, slinging that ball over there like that. It's baseball season in the playoffs. Homage to hashtag Brooks Robinson. You guys are home. Look how one of the greatest third basemen to ever play the game of baseball. And that's kind of really reminded me like that, especially on playoff times. You got some kids at home. Who's Brooks Robinson?
Yep.
Oh, until you go and you pull up his highlights.
Scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. 6 plays, 52 yards, resulting in the 2-yard touchdown pass from Peyton Schultz to Jackson Davis. And it is now 37-0. You mentioned all-time great third baseman. You can't mention that list without a Dayton native in Mike Schmidt.
My name was on the tip of my tongue. Schmitty.
Mike Schmidt.
Fairview High School here in Dayton, Ohio.
Went to Harvard on the Hocking, Ohio University.
Yep, Philadelphia Phillies.
Led the Bobcats to the College World Series in 1970.
What a guy. When I first got drafted to, I'll tell that story later, when I first got drafted to Philadelphia.
This kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte is going to be taken by Connor Weaver from about the 8-yard line. Quickly up to the 20, and he'll be met at the 22. So a positive return of about 14 yards. And again, Stebbins, they're inside their 20 and 30-yard line. Not terrible field position, but now they need to find ways to capitalize on opportunities.
They need something positive to happen. They haven't been able to get those chunk plays. We've seen, Tippecanoe get a handful of chunk plays tonight, and we're only in the first half. And Stebbins hasn't gotten there. They had opportunities, but just haven't quite connected on it.
Devin McCormick, the freshman, he's had opportunities to make plays himself. It's just a matter of, communicating with his receivers. There was one instance, a pass thrown over the middle would have been caught, but for a receiver literally running right into the center judge.
Yes, exactly. That was a key third down, play also that would have resulted in a first down and possibly could have helped change that momentum.
Well, here's McCormick. He's going to go to the air again. Has a man downfield. It's short of everyone, including the intended receiver, Rayvon Harris-Bell. I'm not sure.
There's a lot of white jerseys around that ball. You try to find the red jersey amongst all those white ones.
You see the Stebbins High School band getting ready for their halftime performance. Again, it is their senior night. The final home game of the regular season, potentially the seniors' final home game at Edmondson Stadium. As right now, Stebbins, they are in the top 16 of Division II Region 8, but they are 13th. So right now, they'd be looking at a first-round road game. Unless they're able to move up into the top 8.
Got a man open.
Another man open. It's Deshaun Cunningham. And quickly down the sideline inside the 30, cutting back. A much-needed chunk play for the Indian offense. That's the first down presented by Bathmasters.
And I like Deshaun Cunningham. He plays both ways, and he seems a next level of gears once he gets that ball up in his arm. Good out and up, running the wheel route, and wait on for a little bit. Now he just turns on the speed. How quickly he gets up the field, cuts back. They got to find more ways to get the ball to him.
Well, that's
an excellent throw by the freshman also.
The issue has been for Stebbins, both quarterback and receiver being on the same page.
Just
now a bobbled snap. McCormick able to prevent the turnover, but it's going to be a loss on the play, driving them back past the 30-yard line. So we'll bring up 2nd and long.
There's a flag on the play also. I thought I saw. No, that was a beam.
Just a beanbag because the ball came loose.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Now, peripheral still works, guys.
Yeah.
It still works. When I play golf sometime, with the guys in my line, I say, man, you got to move. You can see me and say, I didn't dodge linebackers on accident. My peripheral's working.
You see on the replay, McCormick looked like he was already looking up to find an open man. He didn't quite have the ball secured yet from the snap. As the clock is now under 2:50 to go.
Trying to get something. Here comes the blitz.
Another fumble on the play, and it's all McCormick can do to prevent a turnover, but it's going to drive Stebbins back even further, and it's going to bring up 3rd and, I got to say, close to 30 at this point.
Yeah, 3rd and a lot.
3rd and 31, the official ruling. They started the series.
The snap was there. I think the quarterback was misaligned. He's lined up a little, too far to the right instead of directly behind the center.
They started the series at the Tippecanoe 27-yard line, and now they're back at their own 48. Or the Tippecanoe 48, I should say. Another bobbled snap. It's going to be picked up by Andre McConnell, who is able to turn a gain on this play, but only to about the 46-yard line, to a gain of 2. Brings up 4th down and 20 on the 29.
Well, will you punt here and make them, because, if you don't get a first down here, Tippecanoe's going to get excellent field position. And they're going to be,
that's been the theme
looking
for them
to score
all night,
again.
starting with excellent field position. And they do have the offense out, planning to go for it.
You can get a defensive penalty and get an automatic first down.
4th and 29.
Another
bobbled snap.
Can't take a snap.
McCormick trying to buy time.
Oh, fumble.
And the ball is loose again. Did it go out of bounds? Either way, it's going to be Tippecanoe ball because I do not see a flag on the play.
It is their ball right there either way, whether they recovered it or not.
So a promising drive on a great pass completion from Devin McCormick to Deshaun Cunningham, but right after that play, it's been all backwards, and Tippecanoe will ultimately take over at their own 47.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the times I know teams get the plays from the sideline. They don't huddle traditionally. I miss that. When you're in the huddle, you can tell your offensive line, your center, hey, that was a little high snap. It was a little low, a little left, a little right. Whatever the situation, you can communicate while the play is being shuttled into you. But you got everybody, all 11 guys, looking, what's those prairie dogs?
Yep.
They all looking at the sideline at the same time.
So first down for the Red Devils.
They're taking a shot.
Rolling deep downfield, and this pass in and out of the hands would have been a first down in the red zone. Evan Liette was the intended receiver, but clean coverage on the part of both Connor Weaver and Hayden King.
Yeah, Connor Weaver did a good job getting over the top of that deep route to break it up. Otherwise, he has the ball, but he got his hand in there to rip it out.
So 2nd and 10 as the clock is stopped with 1:10 to go in the second quarter. Definitely a lot for Stebbins to talk about in halftime. And for Tippecanoe, it's a situation of keep this momentum going. Don't be happy with just a 37-0 lead. They want to make sure they don't take their foot off the gas.
Here comes the blitz.
Schultz gets the pass off in time. trying to thread the needle to Liette, and he does so inside the 30. That is a Red Devil first down presented by Bathmasters. And
wow, that's the big play, the chunk yard they needed, to get it before this half comes to an end.
And it moves Tippecanoe to the Stebbins 23-yard line.
They brought pressure there, but everybody was in the same gap.
Schultz
rolling to his right. Gonna throw it over here.
Quickly saw that there were no openings available, so that stops the clock with 56 seconds left and 2nd and 10. Coming up also on the halftime show, Tej Joshi will be speaking with various members of both the Stebbins and Tippecanoe communities. A chance to highlight what's been going on in both Riverside and in Tip City. We'll also have our Jeff Schmidt Auto Group Scholar Athletes of the Week. 2 scholar athletes, one from each school, being highlighted for their success both on the field or on the golf course or on the volleyball court and also in the classroom. On 2nd down, Peyton Schultz quickly finds himself being chased by 2 men. Lavelle Lyles clean. No, not clean. The flag does come late.
I don't like that flag. The ball's in the air. It's anybody's ball. He has just as much as an attempt, as off defensive player has just as much attempted the ball as offensive player.
And it definitely looked over the head of both players.
That's a no call there. And I've been nice all night. I haven't got on referees all night. I know some other referees will watch me. In the air, they listen to the show, but this time the refs got it wrong.
Defense number 4. Penalties half the distance to the goal. Results in a first down.
The stripes for the zebras, I got to do better than that. That was not the right call.
Here's another look
here
at the play.
I mean, it's a throwback, and you got guys, they're both going for the ball.
That was Cale Liette, the intended receiver, and you see the flag.
And
not coming
he
well
bumped
after
him
the
left,
play.
but they both are going for the ball. It's no call. Hope Tippecanoe people don't get upset about me calling that. That's what I'm saying. It's no call.
So instead of 2nd or 3rd down, it's now a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty.
We haven't seen a lot of that out of Stebbins, with penalties. I mean, Tippecanoe, they've been doing a great job of that.
Well, even with the 5-yard penalty, Tippecanoe has still entered the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important as the ball now moved back to the 17-yard line. 50 seconds to go until halftime. Red Devils can get a first down at the 2.
Oh, nice slant.
Has a man open. Lucas Mary quickly broke one tackle, and Mary spins his way into the end zone for a Tippecanoe touchdown. That touchdown presented by Donato's, and the Red Devils now increase the lead to 43-0.
That was a great job by Peyton Schultz, just throwing that ball right into the window and let the receiver come to it. Yeah, I'm sure that's just the way they practice it all the time, but that was an excellent throw, excellent catch. Results in a touchdown.
So 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Schultz. First scoring reception on the part of Lucas Mary, the senior wide receiver defensive back. And here's the PAT. And that is blocked at the line of scrimmage. So the second PAT to be no good on the part of Tippecanoe, but it still remains 43-0.
That's one of the few things that hasn't went right for them tonight. There's a couple mistakes in the kicking game, but look at this throw, the slant right to the receiver. And you just can't draw it up, any better, than that. Lucas Mary. If you're Tippecanoe, you have to be excited about, you want to be playing your best football in the second half of the season. This is week 9, and they already got a spot in the playoffs. But you don't want to just stumble into the playoffs. You just want to get to the playoffs by any means necessary. But you want to be playing your best football of the season. They are clearly playing their best football of the season, and we had saw them in late August or early September. This team is functioning on all 4 cylinders right now. They're kicking.
That's exactly what Matt Bergbacher told us yesterday. He said they have not hit their prime yet. They still have better levels to achieve in terms of talent and the on-field output, as this kickoff is presented by Wright and Schulte. 43 seconds left. Stebbins does have 2 timeouts, and they do have the big play capability. We saw it on their last drive. Connor Weaver from the 11. quickly out to the 30, and only a hit from the side prevented an even bigger gain, and as it is, Weaver out past the 35. So with 37 seconds left, and knowing that Tippecanoe
Stebbins has playmakers.
They do.
And we can see the potential in them, but they haven't been able to put together 2, 3, 4 plays in a row of positivity. They get one play, one step forward, 3 steps back.
Yeah.
Once they, maybe they can turn around in the second half, but it's still football to play here. It's 30 seconds. Still got an opportunity because the clock stops on first downs. Another bad snap.
Another low snap. It's
like 5 in a row.
5 in a row, I believe. Yes. You saw the scoring summary presented by Rand Associates. 5 plays, 53 yards. Another short field that began because of a series of bad snaps on the play right after the long completion for Stebbins, who will choose to let the clock. It's now rolling under 20 seconds. They don't have to take another snap here if they don't want to.
I wouldn't. I'm just getting ready for my halftime speech. What I'm going to say to my football team, how to get them to, hey, pick your heads up. We're down by a bunch. We don't have a play on our playbook that's going to get us 43 points. They clearly won the first half. Let's go win the second half and turn this thing around.
As far as what could have gone well for Tippecanoe, not much more could have gone well, apart from a couple point after attempts, but 43-0, the Red Devils with the lead. And we will shortly hear from one of the head coaches as bands now taking the field for their halftime performances. Both teams making their way to the locker rooms. But again, 3 touchdown runs for Cale Liette, 3 touchdown passes from Peyton Schultz, 1 to 3 different receivers, 1 to Evan Liette, 1 to Jackson Davis, 1 to Lucas Mary, and also Cade Teal connecting on a 24-yard field goal. And that brings us to our 43-0 margin. Let's go down to Tej Joshi on the field.
Coach, a dominant first half for you guys. What was the key to coming out here with that right energy tonight?
We wanted to get that fast start. We wanted, we like to start on defense. Our defense got a good stop, and offensively we were able to get the ball. Got a good turnover there in the first quarter, and, we played a complete half, and that's exactly what we wanted this week.
The aerial attack was definitely clicking. Some of those passes looked really, really cool. What practice looked like just with the receivers and the quarterbacks this week?
We thought there were some things that we wanted to take advantage of with what they were going to do coverage-wise, and our kids did a great job. We had the advantage there in the first quarter with the wind at our back, and we wanted to definitely take advantage of that, and we did.
Coach, I'll let you get in the locker room. Talk to your guys ahead of the second half. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Of course, back to you guys up in the broadcast booth.
All right, thank you, Tej. Like Matt Bergbacher said, not much. That could have gone even better for Tippecanoe. They lead 43-0. Halftime show coming up next. You're watching Lee's Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers.
The Halftime Report is sponsored by Wright & Schulte.
The score is 43-0 here at halftime. We are chatting, of course, with local community leaders from both schools throughout our halftime show today. Chatting with the Stebbins superintendent today, Chad Wien, and of course, Chad, a pleasure to be out here at senior school, seeing all the kids here tonight. Just talk to me about the community here. I mean, what's it been like, energy with everybody for senior night tonight?
Senior night's been great. We have a ton of seniors. You probably saw that at the beginning when we had our seniors come across the field, but we had a ton of seniors come and celebrate tonight. We've had just such a wonderful school year this year, and just really excited to have our families out tonight to celebrate our seniors on senior night.
And that's what I wanted to talk a little bit more about. You said there were a lot of seniors, and you weren't kidding. When we were watching some of the senior night festivities, I was like, how long is this going to go? And a lot of seniors on the football team, the cheer team. Talk to me about this current crop of seniors here at the high school. How long have they been together? And I'm sure they've gone through some tough things together, right?
Yeah, I mean, this class went through COVID and pretty much everything prior to that, but this year in particular has been amazing. I feel like everything's back to normal. I'm really glad they get to have just a normal senior school year. They're a great group of kids. This is one of my favorite classes, so I'm excited to be here tonight with them and watch them play. And, I really don't care about the outcome of the game. I just want them to have a good time. Just
like you said, maybe not the exact outcome that some fans were hoping for, but still a great event and night for the community. One thing that some people may not know that I want to emphasize here at Stebbins is your career readiness, career preparedness program. Can you give us some insight for anyone watching at home, what they need to know?
Yeah, we actually have a career tech center in our high school. So we're we're called a comprehensive high school. That's what we're considered. So we have, like I said, our center within the high school. We have 10 programs that we offer at Stebbins. And when our students complete the program, then they get a scholarship to Sinclair. Basically, it's a buy one, get one free, so half off tuition if they choose to go to Sinclair Community College. It's an awesome experience for our students. My daughters actually went through our Career Tech programs and are going to Sinclair right now. And, it's just a great opportunity for our students in our community.
My very last question for you. If anybody wants to just truly understand the community and atmosphere of this school and the entire district, how would you describe that atmosphere and energy tonight, but not just tonight, throughout the entire school year?
Well, I can tell you I've been here for 25 years, and Mad River Local Schools, the city of Riverside, we're a family. And I love it. I call us a hidden gem all the time, the gem in the gem city that's hidden. But we're a great community. I love our students, our families, our staff here. And again, I'm just glad we get to celebrate tonight with our seniors. And, regardless of the outcome, we're having a great time.
Well, I certainly agree with you. Of course, we're going to continue chatting with more community leaders from both schools later on our halftime show. It's been a great chatting with you. Of course, everybody remember the score is 43-0 here at halftime. Our show continues after this commercial break. Welcome back to our halftime show. The score is 43-0 here at halftime. Tippecanoe is leading, and we're chatting with some of their community leaders from the school right now, including their principal, Dan Barnes. You must be feeling excited right now here at half.
Oh, very excited. Our kids are playing well. We're up big. We're going to keep the pedal to the metal and do what we need to do, but we're going to come out with a victory.
Just like you said, we want to focus on athletics, academics, and a little bit more about what goes on over at Tippecanoe Schools. So let's just focus on the school district itself. What does somebody who's watching at home need to know about what you guys stand for?
Well, at Tippecanoe High School and the whole district, we have a saying, the tradition of excellence on the football field, but also every bit as important, excellence in the classroom and excellence in the community.
Of course, I want to make sure we chat a little bit more about all your kids, not just the football players, but the importance of academics and athletics together across the entire school. Maybe you can put that in your own words. How do you guys promote that?
Well, we have a very stringent and rigorous academic program. We have a lot of AP classes. We have a lot of CCP classes, but we also have in our regular classes a lot of rigor in that end. We focus on academics first, athletics second. But we work really hard. Our kids work really hard. Our kids try really hard, and they succeed.
Of course, my last question for you. Tell me what we should be looking for in the future in terms of academics, maybe athletics, in terms of other fall sports in addition to football. Who's doing really well this year?
Well, we currently have won the MVL in several of our sports. Our boys and girls soccer teams are in the sectional tournaments. The volleyball teams are in the sectional tournaments, all number one seeds. So they start next week. We have a chance to win a co-MVL next week if we take care of business with Xenia.
Well, very exciting stuff for the entire school. Looks like the athletics and academics all click in this year. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us.
Okay, anytime. Go Red Devils.
Of course, we're going to have more of our halftime show coming up. That's after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to our halftime show. The score is 43-0 here at halftime. We are chatting with community leaders from both schools. That would now include the athletic director here at Stebbins, Scott Steiner. A pleasure to be chatting with you. How are you doing tonight? I know not the score you're looking for, but overall a great atmosphere here tonight.
Yeah, we worked hard this year to build that atmosphere and build a community, and we're really happy with the way things are turning out. We're trying to stay positive, and even though the score's not how we want it to be, week in, week out, we've created some energy, and that's what's most important.
Well, let's talk about some of those things that do create that energy. Your student section and all the fans, the parents who are here tonight. What are maybe some things you're doing new this year, or just things you're emphasizing to get everyone more involved in the athletics here at Stebbins?
Well, we want all of our teams to be competitive and to be in the mix for conference titles. So, like our men's soccer team just won our division of the Miami Valley League, and our women's soccer has won more games this year than we have in most recent years. We've reestablished a cross country team. We have about 8 runners now.
So it sounds like a big year for you guys in athletics. Of course, I do want to focus on everything that goes into athletics that maybe isn't something that we traditionally think of as sports. That would include your cheer team and your band. And of course, we can't quite see them right now, to be honest, but we're hearing the band maybe picked up on our microphones here. Tell me a little bit more about everything that goes into doing the wonderful things they do.
Our band is incredible. They do an incredible job every year. With all their staff, and they work hard, and they've had superior ratings in all the competitions that they've had this year. Some of those other, it's considered an activity, but it's a crucial part in what we're trying to do. Band, cheerleaders, all of our Indian community is really important.
Well, my very last question for you. We're looking ahead towards the winter sports season. What do we need to most look forward to? What should we be circling on the calendar?
Well, I'm really excited about our basketball programs and our wrestling programs, because we're starting a girls wrestling team this year. So I'm excited to see, we've made some changes with our basketball program, especially on the women's side, and I think we're going to do a really good job and be really competitive in men's and women's. And I'm really excited to see the community come together and help us win in basketball as well. So it's going to be exciting. We're going to have a good winter. We've got a new video board up in our gym, and we'll be utilizing that, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Of course, that was Athletic Director here at Stebbins, Scott Steiner. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Of course, time now for a check on our scholar athletes.
Throughout the 2023 season, the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group will recognize an exceptional senior student scholar athlete from each participating school. Here are this week's Jeff Schmidt Auto Group scholar athletes. From Tippecanoe, Alex Phelps. Alex has a 4.33 GPA and is a member of the National Honor Society. He participates in football and track. Alex is a multi-year top scholar and a multi-year principals list honoree, and is an AP and CCP student. He's active in the Octagon Club and volunteers with Tip City Junior Baseball, the Lost Creek Reserve student programs, and youth football camps. From Stebbins, Caden Keller. Caden ranks second in his class and has a 4.246 GPA. He's a member of the National Honor Society and is senior class president and a member of Student Senate. Caden is a member of the varsity football and varsity basketball teams at Stebbins and is a team captain for both teams. He was honorable mention for the All-MVL football team in 2022. Caden is a student ambassador for Career Tech and Engineering, and he hopes to attend either the University of Dayton or the University of Cincinnati and study cybersecurity.
The Jeff Schmidt Auto Group is proud to sponsor the Scholar Athlete Award, featured on Thursday Night Lights. We are honored to recognize these scholar athletes from all over the Miami Valley for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Quick pitch and catch. Eludes one defender, 2, 3, 4. Great job there by LaMichael Mitchell, and he's still on his feet. LaMichael Mitchell, great play by Mitchell, and he's going to carry the recipe out into the red zone and close to a touchdown.
Miller, end zone. This might be it. Caught! Touchdown! Ethan Driver. Are you kidding me?
Rejoining you live on Comets. Handoff goes up the middle to Dino Burke, and he breaks the tackle. There he goes. Dino Burke 30. Dino Burke 40. Changing direction. Has a lot of room in front of him. There he goes. 30, 25, 20. Dino Burke, 97 yards.
Down to last touch. Spartanburg would like a little breathing room, but a Gaffney pick will turn that aside. Here comes Andrew Root, who's done a little bit of everything defensively for Gaffney tonight. They've set up a wall, and he's going to take it all the way inside the Spartanburg 10-yard line.
And they kick it directly to Trevor Pike from his own 20. And Pike is on the run. Pike eludes one defender, and he's still on his feet. Clock runs out, but he's still running, and he's still running. Here comes Trevor Pike. 30, 20. 10 into the end zone. Touchdown!
I'm attorney Michael Allwright. I'm proud to be a sponsor of Thursday Night Lights again this year. I'm happy to take part in such a great community event. It is an honor to support this sponsorship, bringing families, communities, and people together to celebrate the sportsmanship of all athletes. Let's all celebrate together, and remember, if you've been injured in an accident, make the right choice.
The Halftime Report has been sponsored by Wright & Schulte.
$43-0. Tippecanoe leads Stebbins at halftime on week 9 of Thursday Night Lights. This was one of the halftime activities, one of those where you throw the ball from the 50, try to thread it through the target, and the first attempt right down the middle, that was a perfectly executed throw, and that's good for, I haven't quite gotten what the prize was, but that was a good throw by the contestant there.
Well, on his shirt it says he's a senior brother of 24 for Stebbins. Is I messed up.
Yep, all good. Yeah. In the meantime, we take a look at the halftime stats, and really, it shows everything. Tippecanoe, they forced a 3-and-out on Stebbins' first drive, and it's been all Red Devils since then. You see 348 to 91 in terms of total yards.
Look at the balance. 168 to 180. That's pretty balanced to run pass, and no turnovers.
Kickoff presented by Wright & Schulte. As Tippecanoe, they had won the toss. They deferred, so this is going to be Lucas Berry bringing the ball up past the 20, quickly past the 30, and already giving the Red Devils another short field to work with. He's out past the 40, and that's going to be great starting field position for the Red Devils. We've been told the prize for that halftime contest was a $500 Visa gift card.
Oh, how about that? $500. That goes a long way, especially in today's economy. You can use it. How would you have done, Matt, if you threw that ball?
I couldn't tell you. Well, it is 43-0 now the score, so that means we are in a running clock situation. If the point differential is 30 or more points at any time in the second half, there will be a running clock unless for timeouts or for injuries. The clock will revert to regular timing if the point difference gets back to below 30. So if Stebbins scores 2 quick touchdowns and kicks the extra points to make it 43-14, then we would go back to regular clock, but it will still continue to run for the time being. Again, the point differential 43 points.
But I think that's a good rule they have here in the state of Ohio. You know, you don't want to run a score up on anyone, you know, that you have a big lead at, that particular Friday night or Thursday night or any football night. So I think it's it's good sportsmanship, on both sides of the football. But, with your Stebbins, you still got a chance to get back in it. You just want to get, like you said, score twice and, slow the clock down.
And Tippecanoe has already gone to their second-string quarterback. This is Braden Bergbacher on the keeper, going to be met for a little gain. Curtis Volk among those, and Isaac Delaria involved on the stop. So it's going to bring up third and about 8 for the Red Devils.
Well, you look at Tippecanoe's sideline. They got a lot of bodies on there. So they got a lot of people they can play. And you get a lead like this, you get an opportunity to get a lot of people and get experience in that ball game.
And multiple players, it looks like, the second unit for the Red Devils as they are awaiting instructions on the 3rd and 8. Bergbacher rolling to his left. Fires, got a man downfield. It's caught. One man to beat down the sideline and eventually forced out of bounds by Hayden King, but that was Dylan Herndon on the reception. And that's a Tippecanoe first down presented by Arby's. It has also moved the Red Devils into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important.
Yeah, it was a mix-up on defense. Somebody's playing man, the other one's playing zone. And
here's Logan Butera quickly inside the 10 and going to be dragged out of bounds about the 4-yard line by Caden Keller, who's on the tackle.
Yeah, see, when the secondary is not on the same page, you're playing zone. The corner was thinking it was zone. The safety was thinking it man. Nobody covered the receiver to get the ball down here.
Again, that was Dylan Herndon on the long pass reception that moved the Red Devils into the red zone. And Butera, a gain of 8 on the play, brings up 2nd and 2 from the 4. They can get a first down at the 2 and move the chains one more time before the end zone.
I mean, you could tell this Tippecanoe team is strong. I mean, you're ready to break tackles. All that work you put in all season is paying off now during the season.
They wanted to show that their run to the semifinals last year was no fluke, and there's a good stop by Joe Feigl from the Stebbins defensive line. Brings up 3rd down and should be about 9, I want to say, or 7.
Yeah, that's a guy. There's no quitting him. Feigl got in there. I love the helmet stickers. On both teams have helmet stickers.
They do.
You know, your helmet stickers showing, you're out there making a lot of plays. Except we got a lot of backups in this. They don't have as many helmet stickers as the starters, but they still have stickers on their helmet. I mean, they have contributed along the way during the success of this season.
Bergbacher fumbled the snap at first and quickly runs out of real estate. He's going to be sacked by Isaac Delaria, number 36. So that's going to push him back well past the 15-yard line, back to the 20. It's a 4th down.
Well, you see Isaac Delaria's helmet. He's got some stickers on there.
He does. And LaVell Lyles, too, number 4.
Yeah.
And it looks like they will attempt a field goal. It will be a 36-yard try.
I'll be alerting the block kick. It's a little longer than they've kicked tonight. So lower kicks come out a little lower. You get your hands up, you might can block this one.
C.J. Bailey, it's right down the middle.
Not that one.
And it is good from 36 yards. So
maybe good from 46. It was that ball's kicked.
7.5 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Tippecanoe on their first drive of the second half have increased the lead to 46-0. You're watching Lee's Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. $7:34 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the success on offense continues for the Tippecanoe Red Devils. They entered the night ranked 5th in Division III Region 12. They have already clinched a playoff spot, now trying to move up in the seedings and get themselves to secure at least one home game, maybe even the second home game. And the 46-0 lead at Stebbins will go a long way toward bolstering that cause, as this kickoff presented by Wright and Schulte. It's going to be taken from about the 5-yard line. And a good return on the part of Connor Weaver. It will put Stebbins at about the 26-yard line. In the meantime, let's go down to the sideline and Tej Joshi.
Hey, Matt, and we're not even quite in the sideline. We are way down at the edge of the track, as we talked about during halftime. It is senior night here, and I want to step out of the way so you can get a look at all the senior night posters here. It is a big night here because there are so many seniors on the football team, a huge amount of them, and the cheer team. Almost only 2 members of the cheer team are not seniors. It's a huge collection of seniors who are being honored tonight. Their pregame ceremony went on for a long time, so they are in a big celebratory mood tonight. Even if the scoreboard isn't quite what they want, the fans are sticking around to support and honor their seniors. Back to you guys up in the broadcast booth.
All right, thank you, Tej. Yes, the pregame ceremony honoring all fall sports, not just football, not just band, not just cheerleaders, but even the golf team, the volleyball team. And there's still a lot for Stebbins to play for. They entered the week 13th in Division II Region 8. They maybe had an outside shot at getting a first-round home game if they got into the top 8. That may or may not work out now, but if they can regroup from this, they do go on the road to Butler next week, a very good Butler team. But if they get that win, that should put any doubt beyond reach that they will be in the playoffs.
Right, as long as you're mathematically having a chance going into week 10, you got something to feel good about in your season. And they're going to have that, but that's not going to be no small feat. That's going to be a tough game.
And plays like this will not help either. McCormick, he's been having to field wayward snaps and bringing up another loss on the play and another 3rd and long upcoming for the Indians.
I'm perplexed. The snaps was good in the first quarter.
They were.
Even good in the middle of the second quarter. Toward the end of the first half, the snaps they just weren't on the same page and it's carried over. Here in the second half, it's perplexing to me. So you come over the sideline when defense on the field, that's a snap, and just get it right when you go back out. But it's just hard to play against this good Tippecanoe defense and bad snaps. So the quarterback and center have to get on the same page. That's a good snap.
3rd and 21. McCormick looking downfield, has a man. Looks like he may have been held, and not the first time we've seen a no call on the play. Connor Weaver was the intended receiver. So it's going to be 4th down.
The other one was a pass interference. This has got to be a pass interference, too. Don't say the ball wasn't catchable. That's what the fallback of the referees are. But I'm gonna be nice. Let me get off the referees. You missed a call. You missed 2 calls.
Again, we are in a rolling clock because the gap is more than 30 points, so we're now under 5 minutes to go in the third as Stebbins will punt the ball back to Tippecanoe. There was one drive that Stebbins had a long completion from McCormick to Cunningham that took them well into Tip territory, but after that it was 4 plays going backwards, ultimately ending in a turnover on downs. And now Tippecanoe gets the ball back on the plus side of the field. 46-0 Red Devils lead on week 9 of Thursday Night Lights.
Hi, we're the Stebbins cheerleaders, and you're watching Thursday Night Lights.
Shout out to the Stebbins High School cheerleaders, including a couple of the seniors you see wearing the senior sash across their bodies. It's been not the easiest of nights for Stebbins High School as far as on-field results, but the student section showed up ready to celebrate their seniors. All the fans showed up, and again, we mentioned this right before break. Even with tonight's result, there is still a lot for Stebbins to play for going into Week 10, and that's all you want in high school football.
Yeah, I mean, you're a Stebbins player. Tonight hasn't gone the way you expected it to, but the season's not over. It may feel like it tonight, maybe even in the morning when you wake up. I'm not saying they're not going to come back. Strange things will happen if we see it over the course of this season. But, you're still mathematically eligible going into Week 10, and that's always important. If you don't already have your ticket punched, you still got one more opportunity going into Week 10.
They control their own destiny. That was the most recent rankings released on Tuesday by the OHSAA. Actually, the way the rankings were released, if the playoffs had ended in Week 8, Stebbins would have been 13. Northmont would have been 4th in Region 8. That would have been a trip to Clayton to take on the Northmont Thunderbolts. We'll see how the rankings are released when they are next announced the following Tuesday. Meanwhile, Tippecanoe, they're right now 5th in Region 12 as Braden Berkbacher continues his time on the field as quarterback for the Red Devils. They're right now already in the playoffs. I believe they may have already clinched a home game, but they don't just want one home game. They want that top 4 seed in the second home game.
Yeah, that would always be nice. But, all these snaps right now, when you're a backup, you just got to always have a mindset, I'm one play away from being a starter.
Yep.
So these are quality snaps that all the Tippecanoe players are getting because you're on film, you're going against another opponent, and it just helps you get better and makes you that much more of an experienced player.
On 3rd and 6, Berkbacher's pass in and out of the hands of his intended man. That was Logan Potts, the intended receiver. So it's going to be 4th down and 6, and I believe this is the first time we've seen Tippecanoe in punt formation.
Did they bring their punter tonight? I didn't think they brought their punter to the game. But I guess he's here.
He is indeed here, and Stebbins has one man back, Rayvon Harris Bell, back at his own 10-yard line. So
it would not surprise me if this ball doesn't go in the end zone. Rayvon Harris is going to return it no matter where it is.
Well, Stebbins will call a timeout with 2:27 to go in the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, 46-0 is the score. Tippecanoe very effective on offense from their first drive of the ball game. Look at the Cale and Evan Liette. They have 4 combined touchdowns. Cale with 3 all through the ground. Evan had the first receiving touchdown of the night. Peyton Schultz, the Red Devil starting quarterback, has thrown 3 scores. The first of those to Evan Liette in the first quarter. Pretty good night for to be named
Excellent. I'm
Liette.
looking at Evan Liette's helmet. He's going to need room for more helmet stickers. He's going to be on the other side. They have not. I guess you can squeeze a few more helmet stickers on this left side of his helmet. The right side, they're going to have to start adding them. That's like when I played at Ohio State. I loved helmet stickers.
Yes.
And then my goal was, how soon can I get the other side of my helmet covered up? You have one side, but that's great. You're having a great year. But you get to the other side, you're having an outstanding career.
Do you have any incentives like the first guy to cover the one side of the helmet?
Oh, yeah.
End of practice early or anything like that? Or
Well, it's the internal battle amongst your own teammates.
Well, the punt is going to be taken on a bounce from about the 6. It's Harris Bell quickly trying to get to the left side, out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, still in bounds. Rayvon Harris Bell still in bounds, eventually runs out of real estate, but not before crossing the 40-yard line. So it's going to be a very positive return for the Indians. On a night when not much has gone well, that will be something to look back on and say, hey, let's make sure more of that happens in Week 10 at Butler.
You could tell. Stebbins has some playmakers, some skill position players that can make some dynamic plays happen. We've seen that tonight. To get chunk yardage, but they just haven't had that rhythm and flow to their offense. They haven't put together 2 and 3 and 4 plays in a row, a long sustained drive yet. But they have the ability to get chunk plays, but they don't worry about the chunk plays so much. Take care of the little plays, which creates big plays.
So McCormick up the middle. It's a handoff to Andre McConnell. He's quickly got a gain out to about the 44-yard line. So 2nd and 6 will be upcoming.
Right, see, that's a good positive hard run those plays that we've seen a lot out of Tippecanoe. Break it, run through the arm tackle, get what you get, fall forward. That's 4 yards.
Coming up on 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Again, running clock in effect unless Stebbins can trim the deficit to under 30 points in the fourth quarter. Then it would revert back. And we did have a situation a couple weeks ago. Chaminade Julienne got out to a 30-point lead on Fenwick. Fenwick did score a touchdown to get back within 30. As this pass completes, a first down, broken tackle, Harris Bell inside the 35.
They have playmakers.
And that is a Stebbins first down presented by Arby's. It also moves the Indians for just the second time tonight into the positive side of the field, past the 50.
I mean, you could just say Raymond Harris. You saw him on the punt return. You see him in the ball, catch a couple passes. He's not catching the fall down. He's catching the break tackles and putting the ball in the end zone.
So Stebbins on the move past the 35-yard line, trying to score.
They finally got some rhythm. Well, that's 2 good plays in a row. Let's go for 3.
Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the quarter. A pitch and a fumble on the play. McConnell doing all he can to prevent the turnover, but it's going to be a loss of about 6, bringing up 2nd and long. And that's the situation we had in the first half for Stebbins. They had one nice positive play, and then just backwards and backwards.
Yeah, 1 step forward, 3 steps back.
And the clock will wind down. Don't think we'll have time for another play in the third quarter at least. No issue with the snap, no issue with the pitch. But Stebbins will be facing 2nd and 18 when we return. Tippecanoe with a 46-0 lead on Week 9 of Thursday Night Lights. Timeout from Riverside. Fourth quarter from Edmondson Stadium in Riverside, Ohio. Tippecanoe with a 46-0 lead as Stebbins trying to get on the board. They are facing a 2nd and 18 from the Red Devil 39-yard line. Matt Digby, Keith Byers, Tage Joshi, and our crew. Glad you could join us on this Thursday evening. A screen pass over the middle is caught, and McConnell able to get back past the original line of scrimmage, bring up 3rd and 9, which is certainly a lot better than 3rd and 18 as the running clock stays in effect. And
it was the same screenplay they called in the first half.
It was.
That was dropped, and this time it was, they called it and got some positive plays on it. I know it was a good play. It's just a matter of coming back to it.
The ball will be placed at the 30-yard line. Line to gain is the 21 of Tippecanoe. They want to keep this drive going.
You're Tippecanoe, you want to, preserve your shutout. And if you're Stebbins, you want to prevent the shutout. Just points on the board. No matter how, nobody likes a 0. Nobody likes that zero for the egg.
On 3rd down, McCormick able to get by one man, fires, tipped off the hands of Rayvon Harris-Bell and intercepted by the Red Devils. That was number 39 on the interception, Luca Atkins. And the Red Devils defense able to force their 2nd turnover of the night. 46-0, Tippecanoe with the ball and a comfortable lead on Thursday Night Lights. Little under 11 minutes to go. Tippecanoe officially a little under 11 minutes from moving to 7-2 on the season, 7-1, keeping themselves very much in the running for a Miami Division title in the Miami Valley League. As they take over possession, this is now their 3rd quarterback of the evening. C.J. Bailey will get some time under center, and a quick handoff up the right side. That's going to be good for a Tippecanoe first down presented by Bathmasters. We have one more regular season game. Next week, we will be at Welcome Stadium for a Dayton City League matchup as the Dunbar Wolverines take on the opponents Golden Panthers. Dunbar having a very strong season so far. They are actually in action tonight. They are doing very well against Belmont. Opponents hasn't been the season they were hoping for. They'll have a chance to get their first win tomorrow night at Welcome Stadium when they take on Thurgood Marshall. But Dunbar and Ponitz will be week 10 of Thursday Night Lights at 7 o'clock. You see channel 22.3 over the air, channel 24 if you have Spectrum. We'll also be streaming the game on our Dayton 24/7 Now Facebook page and on our website, Dayton247now.com.
Okay, I'm looking forward to going to that game next week. Welcome Stadium. That's where I grew up playing high school football at. So it's, that's my holy ground of high school football fields to step on. And, I always get nostalgic when I walk into that arena, that stadium. Welcome Stadium has been very good to me over the years.
And big news today for Welcome Stadium, of course, the renovation that took place over the summer. And the big news today that Welcome Stadium has been selected as the host for the state track championships coming up in a few months' time. So the best of the best in the state, in the world of track and field, they will be showing off their talents. In the past, they would go to Columbus, Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium on the campus of Ohio State, and this May they'll be in Dayton.
In May of 24.
In May of 24.
Awesome. I'll be there supporting. I got a couple state track championships under my belt. My junior year, I was on a 4x1 relay my senior year. That was at Dayton Roth High School.
Yep. So Dunbar and Ponitz is our matchup next week. Again, the Wolverines, they're, I believe, 5-3 on the season, so very much in contention for a playoff spot, and they were in position last I saw to pick up a win tonight. They were playing Belmont tonight, and then Ponitz will play Thurgood Marshall tomorrow. The Golden Panthers still winless on the season. Here's a look at our Champions Trophy presented by Rand Associates. 8 teams have received this reward so far, and Tippecanoe about to become the 9th. I believe they are only the 3rd visiting team to claim the Champions Trophy. We had Trotwood winning on the road. I'm trying to remember who else won on the road. Miamisburg with that last minute touchdown, they won on the road. And I believe Tippecanoe will be the 3rd visiting team to hoist the Champions Trophy for 2023. 4th down as a 3-and-out, with Tippecanoe continuing to send some of their reserves in. Cade Teal will send the ball away. And takes a couple pro Red Devil bounces. It will ultimately settle at the 31-yard line. So right now, Stebbins with 7:49 to play. Can the Indians get on the board? We'll find out on Thursday Night Lights. Here's a look at Stebbins freshman quarterback Devin McCormick. Not the outcome he was probably hoping for when he woke up today and began his Thursday morning, but chance for him to learn and grow from this, especially, again, he is only a freshman, as Andre McConnell quickly gets a positive gain. That could be enough for a Stebbins first down, and it is. They're going to move the chains, so the Indians get a first down presented by Bathmasters with now under 7.5 to go.
When Stebbins gets a big play, or gets a first down run like that, or a positive play, can they follow it up?
Yes.
And complete a whole series of those plays. That's how you score touchdowns and get points on the board, by having more positive plays than negative ones. So they've had a problem with consistency tonight, no doubt.
Well, again, plenty of lessons for McCormick to take going into Week 10. They have a big game at Butler. And then, again, McCormick, only a freshman. Presumably he will be the starting quarterback for years to come, as McConnell lowering his head to pick up a couple extra yards on that gain. It's a gain of about 5.
Well, this is a great experience for a freshman quarterback. I mean, he's shown a lot of poise, under fire. This Tippecanoe defense, they released the hounds on him, especially in the first half. They were just coming at him, and a lot of blitzes. And then when you get bad snaps, also, that makes your job that much tougher. But he'll learn from a night like this. And I see a lot of great potential, in the freshman quarterback. So the future of Stebbins' program is, this year and going forward is going to be very positive.
Here's a swing pass to Cunningham. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's quickly into Red Devil territory. Still on his feet inside the 25. And that's going to be a Stebbins first down presented by Bathmasters. Again, he's had great teammates in the skill positions as well. Deshaun Cunningham and Rayvon Harris-Bell have been making plays for much of the season if they haven't always been able to be in the spotlight tonight.
Yeah, but they are dynamic when they get their hands on the football. Now, that can play for me anytime.
The ball is placed just outside the Donato's delivery zone. Stebbins, again, only just a handful of times they've been able to move the ball past the 50 as we're now coming up on 5.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, is this the drive they're going to put it all together and get it in the end zone?
A bobbled fumble. Tippecanoe picks it up on the one hop, but that's all he can just to prevent the turnover. It's going to be a loss of more than 10. Brings up second and roughly 20 back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do the little things right. Mm-hmm. You know, that time that was on a quarterback. Put a little too much zip on that toss. You know, it's a toss play, but you still have to put it in position as if it was a handoff where you're going to hit it to the running back. You expect the running back, you want that ball right, you know, waist high as quickly as possible, and he'd go up over his shoulders, you know, to retrieve that ball. Now I put you in second and super long.
McCormick with time. He wants to go downfield and has a man, but it is intercepted by Tippecanoe. Micah piles Dodds on the reception, and the Red Devils force yet another turnover.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Devin has to let that ball go right now. I know it's a pump fake, a hitch and go, but you can't let it loft up there. You know, you're downwind. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the same position, the same direction that Tippecanoe was going in the first half. So you're going that way, let it go because that ball gets hung up in the wind, and you know he's throwing off rhythm. So throw it on time, and he would have had a completion and possibly a touchdown.
Definitely, you saw it looked like Cunningham was having to come back just to try and maybe break up the interception, but Micah piles Dodds, the sophomore, able to keep his eye on the football and record the third turnover of the night. So the Red Devils take over inside their own 10. They're backed up at the 5, so if Stebbins can get a play here, and their defense has been able to make plays to back up the Red Devils, if they can get one here, that could potentially mean safety as C.J. Bailey remains at quarterback for Tippecanoe.
Well, C.J. Bailey, these are quality snaps from him being the third-string quarterback. You get a chance to get on film against another opponent than your own players in practice. And a lot of new offensive linemen in the game.
Handoff to Rylan Caldwell, the junior, his first carry of the night. That's a positive gain of 6, brings up second and 4.
See, a lot of wholesale changes coming in. A lot of guys, the linemen, the receivers, they are getting at different reps. And that's good. A Thursday night, lights, you're on television, you're going to show this to your family 5, 10, 15 years ago. Hey, that's me. Number such and such, such as. Yeah, that's your pop, that's your brother, that's your nephew, that's your son. You know, so that's what I love doing these Thursday night games for that. On
national TV too. Again, we greet those watching us on Stadium from around the country from Stebbins High School. This is Caldwell up the middle. Should have enough for another first down. And
look how many people they're substituting, like 6 and 7 players.
They do roll in a short third and inches upcoming with now under 3:15 to play. And now after some deliberation, they just moved the chains again. So Tippecanoe with the first down pickup. It's a first down presented by Bathmasters.
I like what Tippecanoe is doing also. They're not trying to get a great deal of volume of plays in it. They're playing a lot of players, but they're snapping the ball, late in the play clock.
Only the one field goal. That's been the only score of the second half. It was 43-0 at halftime. As a run up the middle resulting in very little, if any, gain, and now both teams making wholesale changes.
There's 3 new players just came in for Tippecanoe. And that's 4 players coming in for Stebbins, I believe. Both teams get an opportunity to play a lot of different players.
And again, both teams still with a lot to play for in Week 10. Tippecanoe returns home, a pivotal matchup against the Xenia Buccaneers, a very different Xenia team that has been on display the past couple weeks as opposed to when we saw them in Week 1 when they looked untouchable.
No, they were hitting on all cylinders.
They were ready to run through the MVL just like they did a year ago, and now they've kind of hit a little bit of a skid. But now Tippecanoe will move to 7-2, 7-1 in the MVL. Now they put the pressure on Butler and Troy to maintain pace in the Miami division. Troy, I know, has a trip to Fairborn tomorrow night. That's going to be an emotional game for Fairborn because that is as of their plans, the last game at the old football field at Baker Middle School. The construction of the new high school imminent. They are going to presumably move into a new facility in the fall of 2024. So the final home game for Fairborn at their current facility, as Tippecanoe does pick up a first down presented by Bathmasters, so that will be a potential trap game for Troy. Fairborn wanting to close their facility on a high.
Can you believe I played at that field?
Old Baker Middle School.
Old Baker Middle Field when I was in 7th grade. I remember playing over there. Wow. I've been back at that field doing some announcing over the past years. That will be a nostalgic place, for tomorrow night, the closing of that field.
They do have a pregame ceremony to honor the old field scheduled for around 5 o'clock, and then the kickoff at 7. And then Butler, who is also in the running for the Miami Valley Division title, they will be on the road at West Carrollton. And West Carrollton, they haven't always had the best of successes the last couple years, but their last home game, all they did was get a win over Piqua.
Well, who would have thought of that at this point in the season? But, West Carrollton, they've always had a really good program. They've been down lately. The West Carrollton Pirates. So good on them.
Well, the clock is now under 30 seconds to go, and both teams have retreated to their sidelines. They're going to let the final 18 seconds tick away as Tippecanoe moves to 7-2 on the season. This should put beyond doubt that they have secured a first-round home game in the Division III Region 12 playoffs, and they'll have an opportunity still to move even further up, maybe get into the top 4 and secure a second-round home game as well. You see the two head coaches, Matt Berkbacher and Greg Bonifay, and their staff shaking hands. Stebbins now 4-5 on the season. They still have a lot to play for themselves. You go to Butler next week, not an easy place to play, but you win that game, you're in the playoffs, no question.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, you get to control your own destiny, and that's what it's about, to have an opportunity, to control your own destiny.
So 46-0, Tippecanoe with a comfortable win on Week 9 of Thursday Night Lights. Tej Joshi will present the trophy to the winning Red Devils after this break. You're watching Lee's Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. Welcome back to Lee's Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. The Tippecanoe Red Devils, 46-0 winners against the Stebbins Indians. And the Red Devils are ready to receive the trophy from Tej Joshi. Tej?
A dominant win for you guys. What was the key of getting everybody on the same page and having that high energy tonight?
We had one less day of practice, which was a little hard for us, but our team really stepped it up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, really to get us self-prepared for this. And we really wanted to come out strong and attack them right early, and we did that really well.
From what I saw, that you forced a lot of turnovers. The aerial attack looked great. What would you say was the key for tonight's win? What was the best phase of the game?
I think just team as everyone, like just trusting each other. We all trust each other on defense. I think just us building chemistry with each other throughout this year has just gotten a lot better.
Well, I know you guys are certainly ready to start celebrating after that big win. Here is our least famous recipe, Thursday Night Lights Champions Trophy.
Thank you, Tej. That was Maddox Sivan who accepted the trophy on behalf of the Red Devils, who, again, they now move to 7-2 overall, 7-1 in the MVL, and they keep themselves still very much in conversation for a Miami Valley Division title in the Miami Valley League. Coming up, we're going to have our superlatives of the game. We are going to have the drive, play, and player of the game. Our drive of the game will be the very first drive for the Tippecanoe Red Devils. It was a long, drawn-out drive, 10 plays, 59 yards, and resulting in a touchdown run from Kale Liette, the first of many for number 2 on the night. And that was really kind of the tone setter, making sure they got the 3 and out to start when Stebbins had the ball for the opening kickoff, and then going downfield, 10 plays, 59 yards.
That sustained drive let you know there's making a statement. We're going to impose our will from the time we get the ball. And they came out, defense got a 3 and out, offense got the ball, and just drove the ball down there and let them know, made a statement that they kept the pressure on the whole game.
So that was the drive of the game presented by Carroll Wirtz Tire Company. That was Tippecanoe's first possession of the evening. The play of the game comes from their second possession. One play, a 58-yard run from Kale Liette. After the 13-yard methodical run up the middle for the opening touchdown, it was this play to give the Red Devils a 13-0 lead. Again,
I mean, to see this play live, here in the stadium or on your television, I mean, it was like he was shot out of a cannon. Like, boom, the hole opened up. Like I said, it parted, like the Red Sea. And Cal Liat just bursted right through it and just turned on. And now, not only were they up, 6-0, now they're up 13-0. They're coming out making a statement early and often. And great job. Good on him. Good run.
So Liet finished the drive of the game. He had the play of the game. Who was our player of the game? Presented by Carroll Ward's Tire Company. It is the senior all-purpose player. Liet playing both offensively and defensively, making plays all night for the Red Devils. 3 rushing touchdowns. His brother Evan had a receiving touchdown as well, but Kale Liet, have yourself a night.
Yeah, just refusing to fall. I was watching a movie the other day called Sisu.
Yep.
He's like, he's not immortal. He just refuses to die. That was, Kale Liet. He just refuses to fall down unless he's gotten positive yards. And he's done an excellent job, that night. Not only will he's had the play of the game, he's the player of the game. And this is a night he's going to remember for a long, long, long time. And
good momentum for Tippecanoe to take into Week 10 when they host the Xenia Buccaneers. Final look at the stats. 452 total yards for Tippecanoe. Stebbins, 177. Both teams did a good job mixing it up. But again, the issue for Stebbins was every time they had a good play, it was always 1 or 2 plays moving them further and further back.
Yeah, Stebbins has some chunk plays in the second half, to balance things out, but Tippecanoe played the whole game. You can't draw it up any better than this. 224 yards rushing, 228 yards passing, no turnovers, no sacks, 452 yards. I mean, it's not – Coach has got his problem. Not much he can get on the kids about it. You got to watch film and find, adjustments and corrections. But they didn't do too much wrong. Nobody plays a perfect game, but they played nearly perfect, tonight. Tippecanoe with a night on Thursday Night Lights.
Well, 9 games down, only 1 more to go. It's Dayton City League matchup coming up next week when Dunbar takes on Ponant. We've had some good games so far and great offensive performances throughout these 9 weeks of Thursday Night Lights.
Oh, yes, we have. We've had a tremendous Thursday night. I can't believe it's almost coming to an end. Look forward to next week against with Dunbar opponents. But we've had enjoyed working with you tonight. Great game by Tippecanoe and Stebbins.
For Keith Byers and Tage Joshi and our crew, I'm Matt Digby. Good night from the Riverside.